Hi, this is Angus from Simple's Lifestyle, and Rose interviewed Fighting Fiction, which are a young punk band. I hope you enjoy it. It was an interesting interview.
Right, so the thing is that I'm quite interested in you guys. So first of all, you're all quite young, so how old are you all?
We're all in the region of 23, 22.
Okay, yeah. And then who is it who's got the strong Bath connections?
Well, we all went to uni there, the three of us.
Yeah.
Mate, we met in Brighton.
Okay.
Yeah, he joined later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we know a few people out there.
Because the Bath scene's pretty good, isn't it, for music?
I'd say Bristol's, because it's so close to
Yeah.
Bath.
Yeah, Bristol's
really
more
good.
varied.
It's
Yeah.
established,
Bath's
isn't it, Bristol?
very art
Uni.
organised and university. There.
Very
Yeah,
university
yeah.
sort of base.
Yeah.
So
Old school.
Obviously, yeah, there is two.
yeah,
universities.
so like kind of anything that kind of moves around university, it kind of comes in and moves out quite fast. I'd say.
Yeah, like when we first went there, it was on like quite an upper, like the whole kind of music scene relating to the university.
Yeah.
They started up this Sunday night in conjunction with it at Moles, the
Yeah.
local club.
Yeah, I know
And
Moles, yeah. Yeah.
one of our favourite venues,
Yeah,
like
it's
where
cool.
we did some of
Yeah.
our first shows. And it got really good, like towards like the end of our second year, and then like sort of attendance tailed off, and less of like the sort of bigger kind of, I guess,
It's less about
touring
live
bands
music there now,
come
I
into
think.
it.
It's more about
Yeah, and they've
club
got new
nights.
owners
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
and they're trying to change it to be something it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People like the fact that it's a dirty venue with cheap drinks.
I know.
Yeah,
I know, it's
dingy.
true.
And now
Yeah.
they're painting it up, and
Yeah.
but there you go.
I know, it's funny, isn't it, what
Yeah.
attracts people? Anyway, so you guys, so how long ago did you actually meet?
October 2007.
Yeah,
4 years.
Yeah.
October,
4
okay.
years ago now almost.
And this is the second night, isn't it, of this tour?
Yeah, Brighton was last night.
Yeah.
It was really
But-
good.
So that's like your home territory, really, isn't it?
That's where we live now.
Yeah.
Becoming our home
Since
territory.
January,
I wouldn't
December
say
time. It's always been yours.
Yeah, I've lived there since I was
Okay,
young.
so you're Brighton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know a band called Rizzle?
Kicks.
With
Yeah,
the kids.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, everywhere.
Everyone in Brighton went to school with them, like that you
Yeah,
talk to. I'm not sure. I've only heard the one song. I don't know whether
Yeah,
I.
no, we're really interested
dig
in them
them or
actually.
not,
Just
yeah.
wondered if you'd heard of them.
Yeah.
They're not like, I know they're not like you, but you both have energy. I really like the energy in your music. And what we're really interested in with you is the fact that you're quite, obviously you are relatively young for a band and you are starting off and you're at the beginning of this journey. Where do you see yourselves going? Do you know? Because you've got all these great influences, but where do you actually see yourselves ending up?
What at the end of it all?
Yeah.
I don't know, because I think we're all of us, Nate included, of the mentality that what we want to do with our lives is go and be a touring band. It's less about recording music, it's
Yeah.
about playing it live
Yeah.
and doing it as much as you can. And I think we'd all like to see the world through the band, play music in different countries and
Yeah.
all over the place. And I'd quite happily do that for the rest of my life, I think.
Yeah.
If I could stay on the road like Johnny Cash did until I died, that kind of thing. Then I think that's what we're aiming at.
It's about
Whether or
sort
not
of,
we'll get to
you
it.
You don't really think about it though much, do you?
No,
Just
yeah.
enjoying the moment, meeting new people and new places.
take as
things
it
like
comes,
that.
really, you know.
Yeah.
Playing music, like
Capture-
trying to spread a message
Yeah.
as well. I think is always a good thing for a band.
Take advantage of any like opportunities you might get, and you know, as it comes, really, you know, put your all into it.
Yeah.
It's the good thing about the band. Everyone agrees on the same sort of things. We have the same beliefs, and we all want the same aim. Thing out of it, really. We all enjoy it. So it's good.
And which aspects of the music do you feel particularly personal about?
Well, in terms of what we create,
Yeah, the sound.
obviously you're a lyric writer, so
I'm the lyricist, so I guess.
Do you only you do the lyrics?
Well, yeah, I write them, and they tell me if they think I've written something that shouldn't be in there.
Yeah.
I'm sure that doesn't
So-
happen very often.
So it's kind of subject to group approval,
Yeah.
if you like.
Sometimes it might be me kind of going, I don't know.
Yeah, that bit's cheesy, or that bit's
Yeah.
like isn't clear enough, and then I'll go away and I'll work on something.
Yeah.
And then
But in the same
come
sense,
back again.
like
But
the
we
whole
do that like with everything.
That's
like
yeah.
if you play something, a riff, and you think I think that sound better like this,
Yeah.
I'd say that to Matt, and then
Yeah.
we do the same thing.
Yeah.
So I guess. In a sense, the lyrics my responsibility, but it's a group responsibility as well, because everybody wants to know what it means and what like the thought is behind it and the intention, so that we all agree with it before we play it or put it out in front of anyone.
That's the thing. Like, even though you write the lyrics, I still feel we all think of them as personal. We're all on the same page with each other. We all agree with what they say.
If you start sort of, thinking like, if you start splitting it up, then there becomes more of a separation because it doesn't,
But in
I
this
really
band,
agree with that. And
everybody
I think
puts in like the
Yeah.
same amount of effort, and everybody deserves to get the same amount out of it. That's the way that we approach it.
And then what about the instruments? Because I've obviously haven't seen you live. How is that reflected in the instrumentation? Do you think?
We started off very acoustic.
Yeah.
Now it's becoming very more electric based. I don't really know what that is really. I think it's an anger issue sometimes. I think we're getting louder and angrier. So,
Brilliant.
We, like, I think a lot of like the influences for the early stuff that we did that there's not so much of now were kind of King Blues, Frank Turner,
they're
Billy
just so
Bragg,
brilliant. All these names are
and
brilliant.
Against Me,
Yeah.
or like the early Against Me stuff, like Reinventing Axl
Yeah.
Rose album. It had a whole lot of acoustic guitar, and I loved the whole kind of vibe of the acoustic guitar strumming away, and then like the punk band along with it, kind of thing.
Very
I think it's
Frank
like Billy
Turner.
Bragg as well.
Yeah.
Old school.
Yeah.
That, and it translates nicely back to playing it on your own. If you have to do something for like a radio session or something like that, or if you want to share it with some friends. But then it's kind of moved away, and I think at first we struggled to make ourselves sound maybe a little bit different from what else is about when we're playing with two electric guitars. But the more kind of confident we get in the way we write and how we kind of are sort of carving out our own sort of niche of a sound, the more confident we are in like what our own kind of style of playing is. And so the double electric instrumentation seems to just fall into place a bit.
I've
better
definitely found that.
nowadays.
'Cause I used to be a whittler. I used to sort of,
Yeah.
whittler
Like
being
a
sort of like-
soloer, basically.
a solo, but now
Shreds, like Van Halen.
I like the kind of like sort of having a more like a kind of chordy kind of riff or something like that.
Yeah.
That's more complex and there's
Yeah.
a bit more kind of to it rather than just a
Yeah.
So yeah, but it just gets better and better the more we write. I think, without wanting to sound big-headed, I just think it makes more sense each time we do something else and push another boundary, like on the way that we write. If it's like throwing in an awkward time signature or
Yeah.
trying to play an instrument that you don't normally, then yeah.
We've had like different drummers as well.
Have you?
So every time
Yeah.
you get a new drummer, there's sort of this period of trying to get used to each other.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But now Nate's been in it long enough, and he's like perfect for it. He's like the backbone, which is very nice.
Yeah.
yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
His playing is just perfect for us, I think.
Yeah.
He's got the right mindset as well. Sort of,
Yeah.
whereas
Yeah.
previous
Which is
drummers, sort of,
important.
Why do you think he's got the right mindset?
He just sort of understands and agrees with what we want to do. You know, he wants to make a living out of music, sort of, and just he loves playing. You know,
He's got sort of liberal political views.
Yeah,
similar to
yeah,
us.
exactly, yeah.
He's likes punk rock music since a young age, like we did, and yeah.
What do you like about punk rock? I'm a
And it's
punk
a-
fan
Depends
as
what
well.
you're saying punk rock is. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
bet. Well observed. Yes.
Well, I love The Clash. I think The Clash are the best band ever.
Me too.
It's it. I'm glad you agree.
Not the best band ever, but I love them.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
One
were
of the-
discussing this
yeah.
earlier
One
on
of
in
the
the van,
best,
weren't
Yes,
we?
one of the
I just love when I see the Clash videos. I love the way
Yeah.
that you just see the spit coming out of Joe Strummer's mouth and going across the microphone, like the message they had. I just think it's, compared to popular music, it's got a message, and it's people who feel very passionately about what they're portraying and what they're delivering. It's what I love about
I like,
punk rock.
yeah, like the amount of feeling, sort of. I mean,
Well, it's like when you're at the
When I was
lockup at
young.
Reading,
Yeah.
and you're like, if your favourite band's on, and then you see someone next to you who's a complete stranger,
Yeah.
and you look at each other and you both know the words. That's what punk rock's about.
Yeah.
It's when you put your arm around
Yeah,
it and you
yeah,
sing
yeah.
the chorus together.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a single punk rock band that doesn't write their own songs, which
Yeah,
is something that
that's
I
another
think is
good
really
thing
as well.
important
I
about
agree,
music.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if you can write your own songs,
Yeah.
then it's more honest and more true, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like
Exactly,
what
yeah.
you're about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's great, all that. And what I'm really interested in too is your personality. It's good that you've got a vision for what you're doing. It's very good, and it is a unified vision. So what have you done apart from music up till now, roughly, one by one? So
Well,
now I'm trying to find out
what
stuff
have we
about
done?
you. Yeah,
In terms
personally,
of what, music
studies or
or
whatever,
Well-
your life.
I grew up in sort of Brighton kind of area.
Yeah.
Studied, what did I study? Like history and music technology and English literature. I like to read and I like a lot of history.
Yeah.
But I always played guitar and all my friends were always in bands at the same time. So it was, obviously then it was more fun. Well, only for fun purposes. Not that I'm saying it's not fun
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
It was just to have fun.
Leisure.
it's more of a hobby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it got to this point for me where I was going to go to university and I didn't know what I wanted to study at all. We found this course, me and my dad, called Commercial Music at Bath Spa.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, yeah, it looks really good and it's like basically an opportunity to meet like-minded musicians.
Yeah.
And I jumped at that basically because my friends all love music but
Yeah.
they don't want to make a life out of it.
Yeah, that's the big difference.
Yeah. And so that opportunity for me getting up to that point was
Yeah.
exactly right. And then so that's that gets me up to that point.
That's really.
I'd say like pretty much everything Jacob said I can sort of compare to. Except for I grew up on the Isle of Wight,
Yeah.
which is very isolated.
Which bit?
In Ryde,
Yeah.
so like one of the main towns. Had a great music scene about 6 years ago when there were big gigs every weekend and packed full of 16-year-olds. And then as slowly as things like MySpace and that kicked in, less and less people would leave their homes to go to music.
Right.
So it sort of killed the scene. So I wanted to get off, so that's why I went to Bath.
Yeah.
It was a perfect place. Like I didn't, without sounding big-headed, I didn't really go to uni to get a degree. I wanted to go to play music and sort of get in a band
Yeah.
and contacts inside the industry, and it's sort of gone. I've met like 3 great lads and get to play with them now.
You had to get off the island
Yeah,
to do that.
basically I had to get.
Definitely. Yeah, you did,
We were always told that you could sort of make a music career on the island, but as much as I think the island's a beautiful place, you really can't. Like you need to get off. That
Yeah.
stretch of water will
You
kill
missed
your
the
career.
pulse.
Yeah, exactly. There's like even things like when I left the island, I noticed how people were a lot less narrow-minded than they
Yeah.
are, which is one of the main things.
Definitely.
So when I sort of moved to Bath, it was such a breath of fresh air.
You must have felt like you could relax at last.
Yeah, yeah. It's that
And
like I had,
be-
be what I wanted to do
Yeah.
basically. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's exactly.
Mm.
It's true.
Yeah, I was kind of. My dad's quite a big sort of folk musician, so I was kind of always brought up around that kind of thing. So that's kind of like an influence on me quite a bit. I was sort of really musical at school. I did history like Jacob. That's something I'm quite interested in as well. I was always doing something musical kind of thing. I used to kind of be a bit nerdy and lock myself away in a music cupboard and on a computer, like programming stuff. But then I used to program drums quite a lot, but
Did you?
I think it was like frustrated, like I wanted to be in a band, but I couldn't find,
Yeah.
that was it.
Oh, so you were looking for
But-
the guts, maybe?
Yeah, maybe, that kind of thing. But university, literally, same as these guys, literally, it was like I was trying to find something that I could gel together with these guys,
It's scary when
it's
you're at
great,
school,
like-
isn't it? Because you don't really know what you want to do half the time. I
Yeah.
think. I didn't know I wanted to go to uni until like a month or 2 before, really.
Yeah.
But so most of the things that we got taught at uni, I've probably like doubled my knowledge in them since leaving uni.
Yeah.
Like be it in music production or actually songwriting or something like that, really. So it was literally for me just a great place to meet people. Yeah,
Experience, wasn't it?
yeah, it's great. Sort of.
Matt, being brought up folky, by the way, he
Yeah.
can pretty much play every instrument under the sun.
Can you? Wow, how impressive.
Thank you.
That is impressive. What's your favourite instrument? Where do you go to when you're down? Which one?
Computer.
Don't count.
No,
Sing.
I reckon you love the accordion.
Yeah, I do like playing the cool,
Really?
Melodian.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I've always picked up and played what's scattered around the house. And
Yeah.
in my house in Cheltenham, that's where I'm from originally.
Yeah. Wow.
It could be anything. Like my dad has stuff lying around. Like the
Really?
other day, I found like it's this weird harmonica thing he bought in Germany that has like a trumpet out of it.
Yeah.
And you guys haven't seen this. I
wanna
found it
see it,
recently.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
you blow it and it's weird. So I sat down for like an hour and was playing that. and I don't know. It's just sort of
You could make it play.
yeah.
Wow.
It just sort of not.
What's it called?
It, I want to give it with the trumpet. I don't know. it had like a kind of almost like an aeroplane name with it, like a fluke monarch, like a it's a German word, air, isn't it? Air horn, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I've
Sounds
not
cool.
heard it. It does sound
Yeah, no,
cool.
it's very cool.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about it for our record, but we didn't get around to it, did we?
No.
It's quite,
Yeah.
it's good. What's it's interesting, isn't it? 'Cause there's a lot of depth. So you've got this like tendency towards history, and obviously you're well endowed with musical knowledge and living in that music, and you're all after a musical life. You seem to know what an undertaking that is as well.
Yeah, we've done a lot of tours now.
It's
Yeah.
our 5th UK tour.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the first one we just loved back to back, didn't we?
Really?
Yeah, we were like,
Did
this
you?
is exactly what we want to do. We want to go and sleep on people's floors and be in a different city every day. And
It's just-
meet
yeah.
somebody new every night.
Yeah.
And,
You've got to see this Colosseum interview. There, honestly, there's so many similarities between you.
oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, philosophically.
It'd be nice to meet them.
Yeah.
Tour them.
Yeah, they're much older than you. Yeah, yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
cool.
No, but leaving my flat earlier on, it was like
Yeah,
goodbye
Yeah.
reality,
Goodbye life.
hello life, whatever it was. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, it
I-
feels great.
Yeah, it feels real for you though.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean,
Isn't
the boredom of everyday life.
Everyday life.
Yeah,
Like
so-
when you get back off tour, or if you've ever been to a festival and you know when you get back on Monday morning.
Post-festival
Yeah,
blues.
post-festival booze, they
Yeah.
call it. It's just
Yeah.
when everything kicks back in, it's bills you've got to pay,
Yeah.
you've got to open your post.
and although it's reality, it's kind of like
So for the next 2.5 weeks, we don't check our posts, we don't get any bills or anything like that, which is nice to open on tour.
Yeah.
But,
it's nice just to get away from it all. And
yeah.
So do you get
That's what you
like
love.
kind of withdrawal symptoms if you're not gigging or?
yeah.
Yeah, I get a bit,
Yeah.
I get a bit
If I go to a
depressed
gig
if
and
I'm
we
honest.
haven't been
Yeah.
there for a long time, then I get so
You're stuck in the itch,
itchy.
kind of like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
yeah.
have some music.
Then what do you do? Do you start writing? Do you feel like that?
We're all
Sometimes.
just like constantly writing a bit, aren't we?
Yeah.
Sort of.
We sort of like email each other little ideas.
Do you?
Or ring
Yeah.
each other up in the middle of the night.
I think,
Yeah.
I think we like to take our time with songs, don't we?
Yeah. They unravel over a long period of time,
Yeah.
and loads of bits get added to them.
Which I kind of like actually. Some kind of write themselves
Mm.
like, straight away, but
Yeah, others are more difficult.
But do you notice if the more difficult ones are more enduring? Do you notice any difference?
With Rock and Roll Is Dead and Its Corpses for Sale, that was totally different when we had it originally, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
the thing is
was a
that
real
that was
that
struggle.
in
a
itself was
production
like a
thing.
different type of writing for us because we wrote that in my room, kind of on my computer. Didn't
But
we?
even
instead
before
of
that,
writing
it
it
was
on
like-
a
Oh, yeah.
rehearsal,
Yeah.
and it was so slow.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
there's a very
Really
slow version
Slow
recorded.
paced,
Yeah.
like, with a more kind of groovy drum beat, wasn't it?
Is that because of how you wrote it? Do you think?
I don't know. I can't.
I don't know.
It was a double electric song, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Which I was thinking we hadn't done that for a while. Was writing
Yeah.
with 2 electric
Yeah.
guitars, and we wrote it at that tempo.
Our producer Mark said, "Let's
Speed
speed
it up."
this up and see what it
Yeah.
sounds like,"
Yeah.
and it sounded rip
It's the
roaring.
best thing for
It
it.
just
yeah.
sounded really, it's great.
So we were like, "Yeah, good idea."
He comes with a lot of good ideas sometimes, Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot to Mark in terms
Yeah,
of
he's
his
great.
ideas. He always has like a little idea that makes something a little bit
Yeah.
better, a little tweak.
That's one of the marks
You like
of a good
speed.
producer, isn't it?
Yeah. He's a great producer.
Mm. That's an interesting observation, isn't it? I wonder why he does. I don't know him, so I don't know.
No, he's. Did you say the work he does? Or?
No, it's interesting that he has. You've noticed that he's got this tendency to like speed.
Yeah, I think so. Or
I
was
think
that
it's
just
more-
me as a
He just knew
generalisation?
it was right for that track.
Oh, I see.
it's
Oh,
more
I
He
see.
comes
now.
in with great
Yeah,
ideas,
yeah.
like for whatever the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think as a common idea, he quite likes speeding things up.
Really?
Mm.
Maybe
Yeah.
we're just slow.
Because he
I
did
don't
it.
Lead speed.
Maybe,
Lead
yeah.
speed up.
Oh,
I
that's
just think
right.
he's a good judge of what makes a good song.
Good
He
Yeah.
wouldn't-
yeah.
Yeah. And so you've got how many dates on this tour?
18. So
Yeah.
we've got 1 day off,
Have you?
yeah, which we didn't want.
Which we're
So,
trying to fill.
I think it's a bit too late now.
Yeah. So we'd love to have you in for an acoustic session. It'd be great.
course.
Yeah.
Trying to fill the day.
Yeah.
Which
I
day
think
is
we're up
that?
north.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
we're up
Oh.
at Leeds and
Are you?
Newcastle. Yeah.
Oh.
Are you based here, are you?
Yeah,
well,
this
next
territory.
We
time
could
we'll
do
come.
one like.
Well, our album
pre-album.
is coming out
Yeah, why don't
on,
you?
Because
That's
that's
a good
supposed to be
idea.
out on the 7th of November.
Yeah.
so that would help with promoting it if we
Yeah,
could do
would
one
you?
then.
That'd be great.
Yeah. The first one was with some completely unknown guys. It's practically the first time they've ever been recording, and
Yeah.
and it's quite electric actually. We're really pleased. Yeah, it's kind of like tingly, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If we could arrange something for maybe like the first week of November, that'd be brilliant.
yeah, it would be good.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see because it's lovely seeing guys when you're just starting a tour. You all look
Yeah, you see us
really
in 2.5.
fresh. Great.
We won't be.
We're all gonna have beards.
I won't.
Yeah, but he can't.
Yeah, beard's
Yeah.
got a great beard, yeah. I brought my shaver this tour, so
Did you?
shaving some wicked booms again. But
I'm just going to can I take a couple of photos? I'd like your tattoo.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
going to say
That's Hot
that.
Water Music. They're like one of my favourite punk bands.
Yeah. Do you want to?
You wanna look?
We got to play with them at Red
Yeah,
Bull.
got
Did
to
you?
meet him as well.
Did you?
Yeah.
It was cool.
Were they impressed with you guys?
I don't
They
think
saw
they're
us.
there. I think they're
I think they came a
hungover
little
probably.
bit later.
Oh.
They like to drink a lot. From what I get.
Then you just have to take a couple. So who was your favourite band at Reading?
It's either the Bronx or
Yeah.
Jimmy Eat World because they tore it apart. Or Flogging Molly.
Flogging Molly,
originally
yeah.
as well,
Yeah.
both nice.
Because did you see Mariachi on Bronx as well?
I didn't see.
we
I
didn't
know.
see it early enough.
Oh, yeah, like they remind me of you. Because the Bronx, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm.
So Mariachi on Bronx, we've just published our reviews of them actually.
Yeah.
Because we were really impressed by them as well. And our music editor, who's a guy called Angus, is really crazy about the Bronx and Mariachi
Yeah.
on
Yeah, I
Bronx.
love it.
But they are. The Bronx are quite punky, aren't they?
Very
Oh,
fresh.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Mariachi
Yeah.
are like completely not.
That's it,
yeah?
yeah, definitely.
Such skill.
It's
So
'cause
you're obviously like that.
Just a picture.
They say it's like a total release for them, like to do that kind of music.
Mm.
Which
it's
one's the release though, do you think?
I think.
well, both are.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you get in a mindset of doing one thing and then you can just like let a different part of, I don't know, what you're into musically out.
Yeah.
That's I think what they do with it, and then they go back to the other stuff.
That's what I was thinking, you know, as we were.
And it started as a bit of fun.
Which
Yeah.
one started as fun?
Mariachi El Bronx,
Yeah.
like as a side project for
Okay.
a joke. Like they used to like, well they still do like open for themselves, like the
Yes.
other guys.
Yeah.
And
I didn't realise
stuff
that.
like that.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
tour. They tour.
And they had like members from other sort of great bands like sessioning on the first recording and things like that. And then they just liked it so much that they decided to make it a full blown side project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
They're doing well out of it, aren't they?
They're doing very well. They got a new
Yeah.
tour coming up actually at the end of the year. It's just been announced. So yeah, really good.
why don't you guys ask if you can support them?
That'd
Why is
be
that
awesome.
funny?
It's hard
It's
to
not
get
that
support
easy.
slots
Yeah.
Yeah.
with big bands.
We do try our hardest.
Yeah.
Very hard.
Are they touring the UK?
Yeah, I think they've got 5 dates announced that have just been announced.
That's not many, is it? 5?
No. The support's already sorted as well. I've had
Oh,
a
is
look.
it?
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
I've already been on that.
That's
Telling
a
it on
shame.
it.
So who would be your ideal band to support?
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus. There's so many.
Yeah, go on, let's
Yeah.
hear a few.
If Joe Strummer was alive, The Clash.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
Gaslight Anthem.
yeah, yeah. That's
Green
another
Tea.
multi-talented band as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
In the same way, yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I'd love to support Against Me.
Yeah, Against Me.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
That'd be cool.
Rise
I'd
Against.
like to support someone
Yeah.
who's been doing it for years, like who are quite old and they had all
Yeah.
the stories
Yeah.
to share.
Yeah,
Like Descendants, that'd be amazing. Hot Water
Yeah,
Music would
yeah.
be amazing.
Yeah, it's just mind blanked by the amount of people I could go with.
Flogging Molly would be cool.
Yeah, you'd
too.
like to go for a good
Yeah,
one.
Flogging Molly, definitely, that'd be awesome.
Rise Against a gig in Southampton soon.
Yeah, I think that's this week.
No,
isn't
it was
Where's this been?
13th.
Yeah.
It was the other
We
day.
we bought the first tickets.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we got the
That's
first
amazing.
ever ticket.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Yeah.
Very just go. Yeah. Mm. That'd be good for you. Sounds
Yeah.
like. I'll know more after I've seen you tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we'll get ideas.
Yeah, that's it. No, it's... It's me. Alkaline Trio would be cool.
Alkaline Trio, I'd love
Alkaline
to.
Trio would be so cool. I've only really recently got into Alkaline
Yeah.
Trio, and it's weird when like you hear about
Yeah.
you knew were about when you were way younger, and
Yeah.
then you realise just
Yeah.
how
I know.
good they were and how
Yeah.
much you missed out.
Yeah, is that?
But that's great when that happens,
Yeah,
isn't it?
as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I can still, because my dad's got this statement where he reckons that the best music you think you're ever going to hear is the music that you're when you're 16, 17.
Right,
The
yeah.
music when you're young.
Yeah.
And I don't ever want it to be like that for me to just hark back to like glory days and think,
Oh.
this band was the best band.
The Hold
that I ever
Steady.
knew. The Hold Steady.
The Hold Steady.
I want to get excited about bands like for the rest of my
For the
life.
rest of
Like
life,
every
yeah.
couple of months, if I can get someone that gets me so excited about their music and like punching the steering wheel while I'm driving, then
I'm
you
sure
know,
that
I'd be
will have
happy.
to. That's what my life's like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
That's good then.
It is, yeah, no, that won't ever go.
Good.
Yeah. Can you think of any others you'd like to support?
Oh, I don't know, there's so many.
Ready and Sound Clash.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Cage the Elephant?
I'm not really a fan of Cage.
I've not really listened.
I hope they don't listen to this
Spent-
now.
I haven't listened to them at all.
No,
So,
I always thought there was
that's
something
me
like.
I
They're,
thought they're kind of more indie.
they're more like New York scene, aren't they, indies? So,
Possibly, yeah.
they don't really have
Yeah.
that sort of ethic
Yeah.
that we have.
Yeah. You have an edge.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, yeah. And it is, I agree, it's really quite British as well.
Alright.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool, yeah. I'm looking forward to your gig. I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
It's
me
going to be
too,
fun. I'm
actually.
looking forward to it.
This
There's a lot
gig
of mates here.
was really cool last time we played it. It was like
Yeah, same
people
thing.
up in our faces, and it was
Really?
it was great.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Like it's weird because like the whole kind of sound and stuff is like channeled between two pillars kind of thing.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
and it's like I'm kind of like leaning around a corner.
Yeah.
It's, no, it's great fun.
Yeah, that is good. Are you
Sure.
okay for time? I just don't
Oh,
want
I
to
think
stress.
I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of the band, but
Yeah.
Could do with a bit of a yell before I go on as well. My
anything,
voice
else
is a bit.
anything else you want to talk about?
Well, there are lots of things that we'd like to talk about, but I know you're short of time, and these guys need to come out as well.
I mean, we could save it for the acoustic show
Yeah,
that we
let's
come
do
in
that.
and do.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
when you come in for the acoustic show, we can have a good old chat.
Definitely,
Yeah,
awesome.
we could definitely do that.
Okay.
And also that will be because it is important you see the bands that you're playing with. I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's polite, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and they're great bands as well tonight,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, these guys are supposed to be quite good. You were saying.
Yeah, I was
Rob.
enjoying them online when I was listening.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, what I'll do is I'll say goodbye to you guys. I'll come in a minute because I need to obviously thank
Oh,
the
yeah, it's
people
cool.
for coming
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah.
with us, yeah?
No worries.
Check out
So
the
what time-
band before us, they're really
Yeah,
good as
so
well.
what time are you actually going on?
We're on 10:15, I think.
Really? Is that like
10:15. Yeah, so
50?
10:15.
10, so
Oh, okay.
you're
So-
on.
oh,
It's got to be done by 11.
Yeah, so you're on in an hour.
Yeah, about that.
And before
Okay.
us, as we sing, are brilliant.
Awesome.
Okay, really, are they?
They're very
If
energetic.
you like Rise Against, you'll like them.
Yeah, I do like
Yeah.
Rose Against Pop. Thank you guys, I'll be through in a
you.
minute.
Thank
It's
you very
really been a
much.
pleasure.
Yeah,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much
Thanks a lot,
indeed.
cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Good luck tonight, enjoy it. Yeah.